Hi, welcome to Spiritual Awareness. I'm Renee Michelle. You're on my channel here on YouTube, Chronicles of a Hoodoo Spiritualist. Spiritual awareness is about us finding ways to heal our spirit. We're going to go through some really difficult topics, some really serious, difficult topics. Trying to find answers that will help us heal the deep wounds of our soul and our spirit, so that we can become whole and be better people and find better mates and have better lives and be happy. A lot of different topics that we can discuss, but what we're starting off first with is abuse. The first installment of this series was about abuse as a whole. The second installment was about sexual abuse. I've been I don't even know how to describe it. I've been moved to talk about incest as kind of a subtitle part 2 of the sexual abuse. And then we will still go on to physical abuse and verbal abuse. But first, they want me to get into incest and how that how that affects you on so many levels and at the core of your being. I try to channel my spirit guides, anyone, angels, however you want to call it, God himself or herself or them together. Wouldn't that be cool? Because sexual abuse most times take place with family and then on outward. So family and then maybe friends of family and then outward like that, you know. So here's the thing. I'm going to only use the major arcana cards so that we can have a clear, more precise reading. That's God, that's God, that's God, that's God, that's God. That's God and the angels and all you guys that are going through this your spiritual guides to help us find help and answers for healing or descriptions that will help you heal in the process. Right? The primary the primary thing, the incest and how it's limiting your self growth, how it's limiting your self worth but most of all limiting your self growth, right? I have the Hermit card. Some of you feel, like you don't want to face the world. Like it's like every day is a struggle. Every day is a struggle for you to get up every day and get up and go to work and talk to people and be involved with people. You know what I'm saying? All you want to do is be alone. If you could make $1,000,000 and sit in your house with the shades closed and in the darkness, you would do it. But things pull you out, like children and family and friends and work and all this other stuff. And you smile and you go on with your day, but inside you just want to be at home. You just want to be to yourself, by yourself. Leave me alone. You know what I'm saying? Oh. You can never be your true self because your true self was molested by a family member, was abused by a family member, was touched by a family member, had sex with their parent or with their uncle or with their cousin. That's the real me. That's the real me. You know what I'm saying? Who's gonna be accepting of the real me? Nobody. Nobody wants somebody that had sex with their mama. Who's gonna understand that? Like, who's gonna really get that? Who's gonna know that, and understand what that does? How am I normal? It's not okay to be me. It's not okay. It's like there's no way for me to ever be who I am. Because a big part of me is the person that slept with their father. How can you be truly who you are with any individual, even with the ones you say you love, even with the ones you marry? Like, how can you really be yourself when they know you lay down, with your uncle, and it went on for months or for years or whatever, right? And you was a part of that. Like, what's wrong with me? Something's wrong with me. Don't nobody want to be around somebody like that. That's nasty. That's freakish. Just fucked up. Negative self-reflection. How you see yourself in such a negative light because of what happened to you. Because somebody did something so wrong and so damaging. And they were supposed to love you. They were supposed to be your family. They did something so wrong and so damaging that it affects you from the rest of your life. Every second. From the first time they touched you to the rest of your life. Change forever. Like what I could have been. Wow. What I could have been if you hadn't touched me, if you hadn't did those things, like where I could have gone, how far I could have been. If I had the self-esteem, if I had self-love, if other family members stepped in and supported me, where would I be? Life would have been so much better. Life would have been great. Life would have been fabulous if you had never touched me. So it makes you reclusive. It makes you drawn into yourself. Even if you go out every day, even if you socialize, inside you feel like you enact. You lie and you lie and lie because you make this world up. And it was like, what world is she living in? That ain't really happening. What's going on with him? Why he always lying all the time? Because anything is better than what I am. Anything is better than what I am. I slept with my mother. I slept with my dad. Over again and over again. Anything is better than reliving that and living that lie and living that life. Of being that person. Being that person and they got victimized and abused. And has a lot of guilt and shame. I'm ashamed of it. I'm embarrassed. Ashamed to even admit it to myself, more or less talk about it with people. I can't go talking about it with people. Can't go telling people that. So the true you is inside. The true you doesn't show itself to the world because you believe the true you. The person that really is you, nobody will like or understand because of what happened to you. Something that was totally not your fault. Totally nothing for you to be ashamed of. Because it was on the other person. Because you were a child, you were a minor. Right? There was no reason for any adult to touch you in a sexual way, in an intimate way. There was no reason for that. And if they did that to you, they were wrong. It had nothing to do with you. The people in your life that didn't stand up for you were wrong. It had nothing to do with you. It all had to do with the adults in your world that were insufficient and not strong enough to step forward and defend you and handle what they needed to handle. It was not your fault. And you have no reason to be ashamed or embarrassed about it. None whatsoever. The people that should be ashamed and embarrassed are the people that touched you. The people that had sex with you when you was a child. Those are the ones that should walk around every day with their head down. Those are the ones that should want to stay inside with the curtains and everything closed. Those are the ones that should be ashamed and embarrassed. You know, some of you don't look at yourself in the mirror. Like, you just wash your face and brush your teeth, but there's no, like, real looking in the mirror because you don't feel good about yourself. These people put you this way. Those are the people that should not feel good about themselves. The people that touch little boys and little girls, the people that sleep with their children, they're the ones that shouldn't feel good about themselves. The ones who knew on a daily basis that it was happening to you and did absolutely nothing, those are the ones that should feel embarrassed and ashamed of themselves. They should feel suicidal every day of their life for letting that happen to you. If you was a child and an adult touched you, especially a family member, it has nothing to do with you. That you was a child. 18 or under, you was a child. Stand in the light. So, how this affected, you know, how being molested and incest and affected your relationships in the past. Some of you walked around like it didn't exist. Like you pretended like everything was okay, like it was happy, like it was fun, like it was great, right? But inside, they knew something was wrong because you would not connect. You could not connect on an emotional, spiritual level. You could not connect on an emotional, sexual level. You couldn't sleep with more than one person. Like, I think, like, some of you have only had one or two relationships, right? While the other of you have never had a grounded foundation of a relationship with intimacy and love and romance and all of that stuff at the deepest core level, because it's impossible. With somebody, when you have those memories and those old wounds that you haven't healed about this incest growing in your head. When a man touch you, you know, a certain way, you think of how your father touched you that way. He wasn't supposed to touch you like that. It's okay to be intimate, but not with your family. And not when you were a kid. You know what I'm saying? So it's about you finding a way to put it to bed, to know that in order to separate, to start to love yourself, in order to separate yourself from these feelings, so that you can have an intimate relationship, so you can have a loving relationship. Because every touch reminds you of that time. Because if you weren't a consensual adult, that was molestation, it was rape, it was all of those things. It was sexual abuse. It was incest, because you were having sex with family members. It was everything that is wrong and disgusting in the Bible, wrong and disgusting in the Quran, wrong and disgusting in any religion or relation. It's just wrong. And these abusers, these sex offenders, made you feel bad about you and who you are and what you are about. So you walk around and you pretend like everything is great, everything is fabulous, everything is wonderful, nothing hurts me, I'm good, I'm wonderful, but you hurt other people though. Some of you really can't see people happy. You really cannot. Like, as soon as you see somebody that you feel is going to be happy or successful, you have to find a way to ruin it. And if you can't ruin it, it drives you utterly insane. Like, to the point, insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. And some of them, you can't see anybody else in that pure state of joy. So you just immediately, when you see somebody with a joyous, fun spirit, you start to beat up on them. You start to abuse them, whether at work, home, school, wherever. You start letting in on them, and you start rumors, and you do all these other things. You start being abusive. You start being abusive because you can't handle anybody being able to be happy from the inside out. How dare you? You know what I've been through? How dare you? How come God blessed you? But see, here's the thing. If they pretending like you pretending, how you know they haven't been molested too? How you know they haven't been abused too? What if everybody's pretending to be happy just like you are? What a waste of your energy and time. So in past relationships, you just pretended. Never delved into the surface, of what is really going on and what's really wrong. Right? So how it affecting your relationships in the present? Yeah, awesome. He's the father of the terror, right? He knows everything, but that's not what this is about. This is about arrogance. This dude can be abusive and mean. A lot of you have turned into the abuser. And it's not always sexual. It's more of, I have these secrets that are burning holes in my inside, and I can't fully be myself and be happy because the true me has been molested, has had sex with my father, has had sex with my mother, has had sex with my sister, has had sex with my uncle, has had sex with my brother, has had sex with somebody that took advantage of me as a child. And so I'm so raw on the inside, right, that I can't even go in there just to feel around. And there's so much anger that they got away with it. They got away with it because nobody would help me. Even when I asked for help, nobody would help me. So this anger, pure unadulterated anger, I mean, y'all are furious. And it causes you to just be to beat up on people. So some of you, it's like, I'm never gonna touch a fucking little kid. I'm never gonna fucking touch somebody under the age of 18. But boy, are you verbally abusive, or you physically abusive. You just got all this anger with nowhere to put it. Just lay it on anybody that you can find, anybody that you can find. Because see, this can't stay dormant forever. You have to heal it, or else it comes out in other ways. You have to become abusive, because that's the only way that you can sustain trying to balance all this hurt, this pain, this anger, this shame. The shame alone. Some of you don't know what to do. You can't stop. You can't stop. And you don't want to cry, but you should. Because crying is a form of release. Instead of crying, you find somebody to fuck with. And you just keep fucking with people. It's like some of you got like, it's like you in everybody's business trying to fuck up their world. Because you want everybody to feel like you feel on the inside. This stuff is eating you alive. It's impossible for you to even grow on a spiritual level without understanding that you have to heal yourself. And you say, Renee, how you do that? You got to cry it out. First off, you got to release that energy in any other way but than the way you're doing it. If you're abusive in any form of fashion towards anyone else, that needs to stop. And when it stops, you will start to cry because you need to release that anger. You need to release that feeling of non-self-worth and shame, because what you're doing is you're using people to build yourself up so that you don't have to focus on it and deal with it. You pay attention so much to other people's lives and other people's world so you don't have to ever go back to that place. But see, you looking at the story for you being not worthy, or you being messed up and all that stuff, but the person that was messed up was the person that was doing it to you. All that you feel for yourself is what that person should feel about themselves, and you should hold them accountable. None of you hold your abusers fully accountable. You took on all of this stuff. And you don't say, yo, my cousin freaking raped me over and over again. My aunt watched him do it, or would come in on us and close the fucking door and keep going. Give them that. Don't take that. And then they're abusive on top of that. That's abuse alone, but they're abusive on top of that. So then you feel like you're taking, like you're a slut, like you're nasty and nothing. No, they are. You let them own it, whether they dead or alive. That was them, not you. You were a child. That's how you heal. You start to give ownership where it goes. I ain't got no reason to be ashamed. I wasn't touching on no fucking little girl when I was, 21 years old. Or I wasn't fucking my daughter. I wasn't with the one. That wasn't me. Why should I feel ashamed that some adult tried to take advantage of me, or that adult took advantage of me, that adult touched me? That's not my responsibility. I'm a child. I'm supposed to go to school, do my homework. That's it. Lessons that can be learned, right? Meditation and prayer. The God of your understanding. Peace. Once you let go of the responsibility, because a lot of y'all feel responsible, like it's your fault, like you did it. You didn't do shit but be a kid. That, you know what I'm saying? That's all you did. Some of y'all had never attached to religion, because how could God let something like that happen to me? How could he dare? So it says a lesson that can be learned from it. You know? The lesson can be learned from this is that you can heal and still be a good person. You can heal and grow and be a better person and truly help others in this process. And you don't have to have a PhD to do it, because the ones that have a PhD, they suck at their abusers too, because they just keep having you come back for money. And I'm telling you, this is a lot of y'all. And I'm saying it for a reason. That therapy is I'm telling certain people to go to therapy, but you have to find the right therapist. If you did 2 and 3 sessions and you don't feel a connection, or you don't feel yourself healing or getting help, or you don't feel anything helping, then you have to move on. And if you're not moving on, it's because you're being abused. He's going to abuse you because he sees that you coming because you need somebody to talk to. But they have no intention of helping you heal and move on, because they want to keep taking your money. So you have to move on. If you don't feel a click with the person, if you don't feel like they're opening your eyes to things and making you see things and understand things about yourself and grow towards healing and closure, then you need to move from that therapist to a new therapist, and you keep going until you find that one that clicks, where each week when you leave, you find something now new about yourself and how to grow and help yourself heal. But you cannot continue to go to people that are not serving you. If the therapy isn't working, you're like, if you still feel almost the same as the first day when you walked into therapy, it's time to find a new therapist. And keep searching until you do, till you walk out of the meetings feeling like you finished watching one of my videos. No pun intended, no meaning to make a joke, but I'm really serious. So that you can peel back the layers of all this gunk, right? And heal yourself and give the responsibility. They telling me big time about giving the responsibility to the people who did what they did. Has nothing to do with you. You have nothing to be ashamed of. You didn't go around touching and kissing on kids. And if you are right now, you need to really stop, because you should feel ashamed. You got to feel ashamed for what you're doing to the young people now, but you can't feel ashamed about the process and what happened to you. To tell you to realign yourself with God and have faith that you can be happy and have a happy life, right? Is one of the lessons that you can learn from this. That regardless of whatever happens, the first thing what just came in my head is God doesn't give us anything that we can't handle, and this is true. There's a learning process. Some of you need to learn this process, understand this, grow in yourself, become one, heal, and help people honestly and truthfully get over abuse. Become a teacher, a professor in that area, and teach people the real deal about abuse and how abusers become therapists and still abuse people by seeing them as, oh, they need to talk and listen, and they keep letting you come there knowing doggone well they're not fixing you or helping you fix yourself. How about that? And these people, they got their own issues and their own problems. That's why most people say, I don't want to go to therapy. It's just a bunch of people there that are trying to give me therapy that need to be in therapy. I hear you. But there are a selected few that done the work on themselves enough to know that, and help you grow and help you heal as an individual. And get rid of the responsibility or the guilt and the sadness from what happened. From that moment when your mother opened that door and saw your dad on top of you and didn't do a goddamn thing about it. That's what I'm talking about. Shit like that. Okay, so what you can do to help encourage self-healing. And encouraging self-healing is putting the past to bed. The death card is putting the past to bed. You need to let this situation die where it was. If you was 15 when it happened, it needs to die right there. And you need to start today bettering yourself, growing in yourself, and understanding that you are perfect in God's eyes. You came here to do exactly what He wanted you to do. Now you're just going to get better at it. You're just going to grow and do more things and help more people. The Phoenix. Renew yourself. Rebirth. Start from scratch. Go all the way from when you was 1 month to now and scrape all that stuff off the bottom of the pot. Soak it and scrape till you get it all off the bottom of the pot. Because you know you don't want to throw that pot away. That's a good pot. You cooked a lot of soup in that pot. You know what I'm saying? You've been through a lot of things to end your life. No way, no how. Let's go. Start anew. End any abusive relationships that you're in that are sexual. Go tell somebody professionally. Go tell the police. Stop it right now. Stop it right now. It can't go no further than this. If you're in this right now, you got to stop it right this second. You put this video on pause. You call 911. You say, listen. Because anything is better than having to have sex with your father or your mother or your brother or your cousin or your uncle or whatever. You can't care about anybody more than you care about yourself. And somewhere along the line, you guys started caring more about your uncle and what was going to happen to him when people found out that you were sleeping with him. Or he made you sleep with him. No. That's why he never gets to take ownership, and then you end up with the burden of all these emotions. You got to give that shit right back to the people who did it to you. It was them, it was them, it was them. You have no emotional resentment. No, you have plenty of emotional resentment. No emotional responsibility, no physical, verbal, any responsibility towards whatever happened to you as a child. That was laid solely on the person that did it to you. You got to give all that stuff back to them. Because they put it on you so they can walk around free and have happy lives. And when you see them, you were so angry because they look happy and they look free, because they never take responsibility, or they never have to take responsibility for the things that they have done. And that's what makes them look like that. But a God has a plan for everybody. Right? So it says guiding spiritual principle to be followed in the future for self-healing. Just keep trusting in your God and moving forward. Right? Keep wishing on the star. Keep hoping. Right? Keep positive. Keep focused. Keep true to yourself. Love who you are. Right? And trust in your God and the God of your understanding. And if you don't believe in God, then, honey, trust in yourself. Believe in yourself that you can do better, and understand that this is a process that you must take towards spiritual healing and spiritual growth so that you can really, truly be happy in life. I'm Renee Michelle. This is Spiritual Awareness, Sexual Abuse, Part 2, Incest. Stay blessed, Ashe.